What if I told you there was a way to make Scar Hunters run in fear? What if I told you there was a way to tackle Grandmaster without cowering behind cover? And what if I said there was a weapon so powerful that even the Shaper Gods themselves cower in fear? It's time for Divine Vengeance. Yo, what's going on guys? Arekkz here, welcome back to another Anthem video, and today we are going to be taking a look at quite possibly the most powerful weapon in Anthem. This is a weapon that, if it dropped for you, you'd be forgiven for thinking, sounds alright, but it's not that great. However, when you use it in practice, this thing is devastatingly powerful. I am of course talking about Divine Vengeance, a Masterwork assault rifle. If you guys do enjoy this video, then a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below if you have any questions, and of course, if you haven't entered our giveaway for a chance to win a console of your choice, be sure to click that link in the description box down below. Now, what is so special about this weapon? Well, if you take a look at it in the Forge, you can see it is a Masterwork assault rifle. It's a Masterwork version of the Warden, which is a 4-shot burst rifle. However, the main reason you want to talk about this one is because the intrinsic perk for it is that every third weak point hit causes large fire explosions. Now, again, as mentioned, if you were to read this amongst, say, some of the other weapons, especially if you saw the weapon we uploaded the other day, Avenging Herald, which when floating gives you a 200% damage bonus, this, comparatively speaking, doesn't sound that exciting. However, in practice, when you use it, this thing destroys anything that you put in its way. This is a weapon that, for some reason, does a crazy amount of damage. When you actually look at the damage numbers in-game, you might not think they're too great, but the actual fiery explosions rip through enemy health. The way this works, quite simply, is you have to hit weak spots, and, as described, every third weak point hit will cause this large fiery explosion. And this explosion, it just does insane damage. You can take a look at this when you fight Scars, you can take a look at this when you fight Scar Hunters, when you fight the big heavy Scars. Yes, admittedly the heavier guys take a little bit longer to go through, but if you guys have played the game, then I'm pretty sure you are all familiar with how pesky and annoying Scar Hunters can be, especially if you're playing on Grandmaster. In fact, all the footage you guys are seeing here is recorded in Grandmaster 1, and the very first time you set foot in Grandmaster, if you've kind of just hit level 30, you'll know it probably takes like an entire weapon clip to even dent a Scar Hunter's shield. This, however, can go toe-to-toe with one of them solo. Now, of course, the footage you're seeing right now is in a Grandmaster contract, and of course the enemies aren't quite so bad in terms of difficulty tier. You kind of have like free play, missions and contracts, and then you ramp it up to strongholds. So if we then jump over to say something like the Temple of the Scar, again on Grandmaster 1, and of course also the Tyrant Mine, you can still see that single-handedly you can rip through a Scar Hunter shield. Now, of course, don't forget that weapons and abilities in this game can, of course, be combined. You can factor in components, you can factor in other weapons. So in this situation, of course, the base behavior for the weapon is just strong in itself. However, on top of that, in this particular build, there is also Death from Above, which is a Masterwork marksman rifle, which, whilst hovering, increases weak point damage by 65%. So, of course, if you're pairing these two weapons together, it gives even more strength to the Divine Vengeance. But if you really want to take it to the next level, then you would pair it with something like the Avenging Herald that I showed you the other day, because the Avenging Herald gives you a 200% damage bonus whilst hovering, and that doesn't just apply to that weapon, it applies to even if it is holstered. So when you combine things like that, you have a devastating recipe. And the crazy thing is, this is only the Masterwork version. I can't even wait to see what it feels like when using a legendary version. The nice thing about this is that one of the comments for kind of weapons in Anthem is that early game, they don't feel that powerful. You kind of run through with your assault rifles, your marksman rifles, things like that, and they kind of just feel like bog standard weapons. Your abilities are, of course, where your strength comes in. And the nice thing is that now we're end game, we're really starting to farm those Masterworks and those legendaries. The weapons are really starting to reveal themselves, and they do actually feel really powerful and great to use. And this is a prime example of one of the most enjoyable weapons I have used so far. It's almost like firing off a Colossus Ultimate every single time you land that weak point explosion. So yeah, this is without question a weapon that you need to try out. If this drops for you, do not discount it. Don't just read that description and think, doesn't sound that cool. Pick this up, throw it on, and Scar Hunters will never trouble you again. And that, my friends, is pretty much it for today's video. Just a very quick look at one of the best weapons that we've encountered so far. In fact, probably the best weapon we've encountered so far. So if you guys do enjoy this, again, a like would be super appreciated. Let me know if you guys have tried this out for yourself. And of course, if you guys jump into the game for the first time this Friday, then have fun and keep it locked for plenty more Anthem content. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to check out some more awesome stuff from us here at Arekkz Gaming, then you should definitely try to catch 269 and Paradise Central streaming 6 days a week. You can find a link to the multi-stream in the description box down below. They play a wide range of games, and what's more, we also have the Endgame store. By watching their streams, you earn currency, and you can redeem that currency on the Endgame store for really cool prizes. Those can range from things like games, comics, and figures, all the way up to controllers, capture cards, and even consoles. So definitely drop by and become part of the community. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure you're subscribed and be sure to click on that little bell icon to turn on notifications so you don't miss our next upload. You can watch more videos by clicking on the options here, but once again, thanks very much for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.